Welcome back, Renegades. Today, checking out more Ren. Power. Let's get into it.
Get it? Power.
What is it with rap music, and those, I'm not a rap music aficionado, but is that like does anybody know, where that like originates or where that comes from? Is it a rhythm thing? Is it a clearing of the I'm just intrigued to see. To know.
Get it?
I suppose it's probably just like yeahs or screams in rock and roll, isn't it? It's just an expression of a feeling, I suppose.
Power. These kids don't play my shit, I never had a top 10. Maybe it's cause I sing about violence and depression. They say don't blame these kids, just focus on yourself, friend. Well, if they don't like what I'm doing now, then fuck them. Don't trip, I up the ante, learning licks like John Frusciante, smoking spliffs and popping candy, idolizing Sid and Nancy, woo, rock and roll.
Oh man, yeah, there's a lot to unpack in this, isn't there, I've got friends, right, that would get frustrated that people aren't taking notice of their musical output. Which I don't know is something I've never really felt myself. Of course, it would have been nice at times to have more people at your shows or whatever it is. So perhaps I would get frustrated, but in different ways anyway.
These kids don't play my shit, I never had a top 10. Maybe it's cause I sing about violence and depression. They say don't blame these kids, just focus on yourself, friend. Well,
it's definitely true though, isn't it? You just gotta, whether you're doing music, acting, art, business, you can't concern yourself really with. You've just got to focus on yourself, for sure.
if they don't like what I'm doing now, then fuck them. Don't trip, I up the ante, learning licks like John Frusciante, smoking spliffs and popping candy, idolizing Sid and Nancy, woo, rock and roll in my soul, bumping, knocking cold, on the dole, fish and chips and games consoles, council house and violent flow. But life weren't sweet at home, mum and dad took a trip and they split shalom. What will be, but me, I hate to see my mum alone. Late night crying, get so high to try to silence sounds of fighting. Through the walls I heard love dying, so I focused on my...
Got it. Focusing on
That's what it was, I focused on my... Now let's go back. These kids don't play my shit, I never had a gold plaque. My style is old school, but I swear this ain't a throwback. I put my visions into rhythms on a dope track. To understand the place I'm coming from, let's go.
Yeah, this is alright, and this is cool. This is the setup, and then he's kind of just saying what I was thinking to begin with. But musically as well, there's something, I don't even know what it is, but there's a sound in the background, and it's subtle, but the dynamic of the track is growing, and he's got me now. I'm engaged. I want to know what's coming next in the story.
My style is old school, but I swear this ain't a throwback. I put my visions into rhythms on a dope track. To understand the place I'm coming from, let's go back. When I was 16, I was a sick teen. I was a victim of my head. I was just 16, up in the kitchen, racking up lines till my nose bled. 16 in an affliction, in an addiction with my dread. I was just 16, I was quite sick then, I was a prick then, I was a pleb, but fuck it, we're all misguided individuals, life can suck it. My cup ain't half full, man, I'm filling up the whole bucket. I'll drink my tears so I can drown my sorrow, sing like I might die tomorrow, live note for note, I go for broke on every single song.
It is, I don't think I really idolised the 27 Club or the, all these rock and rollers that died young, I always kind of wanted, ever since I was little, I kind of wanted to live forever. But there is that it's an interesting time, isn't it? Your teenage years and your 20s, I suppose. Because, well, for one, most people, I look back and just think, in general, I was hugely naive, and my world was really, my view of the world was really small and narrow. But of course, you don't know what you don't know, and the more I know, the less I know for sure. I'm going to have to take this back, and I'm losing my train of thought.
Bled 16 in an affliction, in an addiction with my dread. I was just 16, I was quite sick then, I was a prick then, I was a pleb, but fuck it, we're all misguided individuals, life can suck it. My cup ain't half full, man, I'm filling up the whole bucket. I'll drink my tears so I can drown my sorrow, sing like I might die tomorrow, live.
It's like who hasn't got, we're all misguided individuals. It's a good line, isn't it? Everybody, no matter, I suppose, your socio-economic background that you're born into or whatever, everyone has got their issues, or the vast majority of people. I think I'm yet to meet anybody who doesn't have some kind of issues to overcome. Maybe they're not even aware of those issues. I know I certainly wasn't aware of mine for the longest time. A digression away from this coming now, but when I went to study acting, I thought, I'm relatively emotionally available. I don't repress anything, memories, feelings, any of that. And then about 8 months into the training, man, it hit me like a train, man. I was like, oh my God, man, I'm not emotionally available. I repress vast amounts of things, But anyway, learning to all unpack that and stuff. It's metaphorically, I suppose. It makes me think of, being cast out into the desert and stuff, isn't it? Which is why I find religious texts and religious stories and ancient stories and mythologies fascinating, because they're stories that have survived for like thousands of years, haven't they? So metaphorically, there seems to be some value in them, and I enjoy exploring that and trying to understand what that might be. Yeah.
Note for note, I go for broke on every single song I wrote, and every single song I write brings freedom.
Don't. I had a friend who said, don't throw stones, throw house bricks. And an uncle who used to say, if you're going to be a bear, be a grizzly, Just, give it your all, man. If you're going to do something, don't go halfway.
Note for note, I go for broke on every single song I wrote, and every single song I write brings freedom to my weary mind. A healing that you'll only find inside an intricate design of kicks and snares and fat bass lines. I flip the script until I find my...
It's cathartic, man. It's cathartic. I think I've said before, I think it's how I think being creative is how the soul breathes, and I find it incredibly cathartic. But at the same time, like I can't sit down and try to write a song. You just have to show up, you know, and I don't know, mess around or whatever. Go fishing.
It is what it is. I focus on my. Now run the track. Run the track.
This is just reminding me of a mate at school who used to dance, you know, to I guess these kind of beats and stuff, you know. But he explained his dance as a big fish, a little fish, a cardboard box.
Get it? Get it? Power. Get it?
Yeah, well, musically, man, I'm not the biggest fan of that track or that style. I think it's those high frequencies, you know, that high vocal. I don't find it pleasurable to listen to. However, I really enjoyed, as usual, man, you know, listening to Ren's lyrics, and because the places it sends me, you know, sends my mind thinking about, which is why I'm going to be doing a podcast soon. In fact, I think by the time you're watching this, the first episode of the podcast should be out. It's called The Lyric Division. There'll be a playlist or a podcast section somewhere on my channel. You can find it. And it's just, me going through some of the best lyrics ever. In a similar way to I do with the reactions. And, you know, postulating, ruminating, getting a bit philosophical, perhaps. But anyway, yeah, check that out. Thanks for watching all of this. And take care of yourself. I'll see you soon.